Let's get serious. Habaki!
What is going on, everybody? NutsLiverXOX here, and welcome to a video that I've been putting off making for a while. Mainly because I wanted to collect my thoughts and wait a little bit to calm down after everything that's happened. But I want to make a video on the election. I want to make a video on the 2016 presidential election. Give my thoughts on it, give my response to Donald J. Trump becoming the next president of the United States, and what I think we need to do moving forward, and how we need to deal with what has happened. In the background is just some generic Destiny Nightfall solo from like year 1 that I have in my computer for some reason. But yeah, I needed to make this video because I may not be a political channel. You know, I'm not like a news channel like the Young Turks or anything like that. But I feel like I want to give my opinions on this because I just want to give my opinions on this. So if you don't want to hear my opinions on it, then click off the video by all means. But yeah, I wanted to start by saying, you know, first of all, this has been one of the, if not the craziest elections, like, ever. How two of the most unpopular, disliked, actually the most disliked presidential candidate in U.S. history could become president of the United States is mind-boggling to me. Now, I won't go into the specifics of, you know, the fact that the Democratic National Convention nominated the most unliked, you know, politician ever, instead of nominating Bernie Sanders, the one that could have beaten Hillary Clinton. Doesn't matter now. The fact that, you know, all of the things that went into the fact that Donald Trump won, that doesn't really matter now. Donald Trump won. And it scares me. First off, my first reaction on Tuesday when it happened was that of fear. And I still have that, but I don't have that fear quite as much anymore. It's more of a, we have to fight kind of fear. On Tuesday it was more of a, I don't know what's going to happen with my future kind of fear. And the reason that I have that fear, mainly after this election, the way that I feel is, if you don't already know, I'm a gender fluid, trans female. So my outlook on this election was always, I really don't care who wins as long as they stand up for trans rights and gay rights and LGBT issues. So honestly, as corrupt and shitty and awful and horrible and terrible and warmongering as Hillary Clinton is, I voted for her just because I didn't want to have to deal with the terrible implications of a, not even necessarily a Donald Trump presidency, because I honestly think he's going to be too busy, you know, dealing with the illegal immigrants and dealing with being a racial bigot, and, you know, deporting and not letting in an entire religion worth of people with Muslims, sorry. He's going to be too busy doing that bullshit to have any, you know, care in the world about dealing with me. What I'm afraid of is the fact that the Republicans now control the White House, the Senate, the House, and he's promised to implement very right-wing Supreme Court justices. You know, gay marriage legalization could become gone. It could be overturned. Bam, like that. And while that certainly may not mean a lot to me, it certainly means a lot to, you know, my people. I don't like to say my people, but you know what I mean when I say that, I hope. it scares me when they talk about the bathroom laws. I'm directly affected by that. The idea that people like Mike Pence have sway in the election for you know, like Mike Pence is easily the most, one of the most, if not the most, anti-gay, anti-trans individuals on the planet. He is ridiculously against my rights and against what I believe in. And it simply baffles me that someone like that could become the Vice President of the United States. He is what scares me. His cabinet scares me. The fact that people like Sarah Palin are in charge. The fact that people like Rudy Giuliani will be in charge. Chris Christie will be in charge. You know, these people scare me. These people are not trans friendly. Donald Trump is not trans friendly. Again, although I don't think he really cares too much about my issues personally, trans or LGBT or otherwise. It terrifies me. You know, that sect of our government is in power now, and could be for 8 years. You know, so you know, my initial reaction on Tuesday was that of fear. Obviously, just fear of you know, what's going to happen to me. Am I gonna be able to go to the bathroom that I identify with? Is that gonna be a thing I'm gonna be able to do? I don't know at this point. And I'm still worried about that. But how I feel now on Friday, November I can't read the date because my phone's a bastard. November 12th. I don't feel quite as afraid as I used to. I feel more of a let's take charge and let's do what we need to do. And this is where I move into the future of what needs to be done with everything that's going to come in the next 4, possibly 8 years, 2 years even, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 years, everything in the future. We need to fight back in a constructive way and to a certain extent give Donald Trump a chance. Now, I'm not saying give Donald Trump a chance to do whatever he wants. I'm saying give Donald Trump a chance to deliver on the promises he made during the campaign trail. If you're going to protect LGBT rights, which you said you were going to do in the campaign trail, make good on it. If you say that you're going to protect us against XYZ thing, make good on it. Don't be a racial bigot and deport Mexicans, and don't stop Black Lives Matter from doing what they're doing, because they're not doing anything wrong. They are simply peaceful protests. Make good on the good things that you said in your campaign. You know, if you're going to stop TPP, stop TPP. If you're going to get rid of NAFTA, do it. That would be the first step towards something good. And it's the first step that I'm going to take. The next step is, if those things end up not happening, if Donald Trump ends up being a racial bigot and taking away my rights and black people's rights and Hispanic people's rights and Muslim people's rights, if he starts doing that, then we will be your worst enemy. I will be your worst enemy. I will continue to make videos as much as I can to reach as many people as I can, and I will continue to be your worst enemy. I will make absolutely sure that if you disrespect and are against black people, trans people, gay people, Muslim people, and any kind of people that isn't a white Christian male, I will make your life a living hell. I will do everything in my power to make absolutely sure that your life is a living hell. And I will put that on record right now. I will treat, to everybody who's on the right, I will treat your president just as well as you treated President Obama. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't like President Obama as much as the next guy, or gal, or whatever. But if you expect me to just bow my head and say, yep, Donald Trump is the president, let's be nice to him. You've got to earn it. You've got to earn it, Donald. You got to earn it. And right at this point, I'm willing to fight right now. Now, what I do not agree with is what is happening around the country a lot. A lot of people are on the left, especially, are making it way harder than it needs to be. They're doing a lot of these protests, these. Well, I mean, I agree with the protests, but they're doing a lot of these things that just aren't going to happen. Like the petition to make the Electoral College vote, against Donald Trump. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry, but Donald Trump is the president of the United States. You may not like it, I may not like it, but it's the way that it is. And it's just something we're going to have to deal with. To all of my friends and family that voted for Donald Trump, I don't hate you. I don't know if any of you watch my videos, but if you do, hi. How are you? I don't hate you. I wish you had made a different decision, but it is what it is. This is more of a general thing to all Trump supporters. I wish you had made a different decision, honestly. Because I actually kind of found it kind of funny. He's not even in office yet, and a lot of the campaign promises he's made, he's not even going to go through with. Like, the building the wall, he's like, well, I don't have the exact quote on me right now, but he's like, well, we just need more fencing and some more guards down there, because we can't feasibly build a wall. It's just not feasible. Already, like, he's not even in office yet, and they're already like, yep, we can't build a wall. It baffles me, really. And another thing about Obamacare, he's like, I'm going to repeal Obamacare day one. I'm going to repeal Obamacare. It's going to be tremendous. And then today, I think it was either yesterday or today, he was like, yeah, well, we might not, we might just take Obamacare and amend it. Just amend it a little bit. Just amend it. Sounds a far bit away from repealing, doesn't it? It just, you guys got conned. Like, that's the long and the short of it. You guys got conned into voting for Donald Trump, and I get it. I hate the Democratic establishment. I really do. They're really what lost Hillary Clinton the election. They're what lost the country, the Democratic base. The fact that Bernie Sanders was not the candidate to be chosen was absolutely ridiculous to me. He could have destroyed him. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now. The election's over. I would like to talk about what the Democratic establishment needs to do moving forward. And what the Democratic establishment needs to do moving forward is fire everyone. Because these milquetoast, neoconservative, garbage, liberals that aren't really liberal are they're neoliberals, whatever, neoliberals, my bad, that are in bed with Wall Street, and they're what's screwing up the political process. They're what's screwing up the political system. People like Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who has already been fired, is why people are voting the way that they are. Do you know why Hillary lost Michigan, Wisconsin, the Rust Belt states, because people are pissed that they lost their jobs because of TPP, because of NAFTA, because of Hillary Clinton. They voted against Hillary Clinton. I mean, that's it. Like, you have to give us something to vote for, not just someone to vote against. And I think that's where Hillary Clinton failed, and her entire campaign failed. And Donald Trump did a great job being a populist. You know, it's actually quite silly how the two flipped. You know, Democrats are usually the populist party, and Republicans are usually the big business, big government party, or not big government, but big business party. And it completely flipped in this election. The populist, the lying populist. Of course, he's not actually a populist. Bernie Sanders is actually a populist. Elizabeth Warren is actually a populist. Jill Stein is actually a populist. But the Overton window has moved so far to the right with the Democrats that the Republicans have to move so far right that they become just insane. They just become so insane that it's impossible to even have any type of discourse with them. And that is what's just, I don't know. I think I've pretty much said everything I really want to say, except moving forward, what we need to do moving forward, and then I'll go ahead and leave and you guys can watch me kill Omnigul some more. What we need to do moving forward is we need to, in addition to, you know, fighting Donald Trump with his stuff, we need to stay strong. And I know that sounds really silly and really corny and really dumb, honestly, but it's something that needs to happen, because if we don't, then we just look like whiny little bitches to everybody. We need to have a you know, we need to, you know, we need to just dry our tears and be like, okay, let's get back to work. You know, we still have Bernie Sanders in the Senate, we still have Elizabeth Warren in the Senate, and we still have Jill Stein. We're going to be on the warpath, but there's a path to victory, and we're not completely helpless, and we're not completely out of it. The American people still have a voice and still have the will to fight. We just have to give it to them, and I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where things go. I'll keep you updated on how my life goes. Personally, you know, I'm still afraid of, am I going to be able to go to the bathroom where I want to? Am I going to be able to not get put into gay conversion therapy by Mein Fuhrer Donald Trump and his surrogate ass fuckface Mike Pence over here? You know, I don't know. That's a very real possibility. Mike Pence has always supported conversion therapy. He believes that gay people can be converted through electrotorture, and I don't know. They're both advocating terrorism when they say they want to take out the families of ISIS, and that just, no president in history has ever advocated terrorism. And Donald Trump many times, and he's called for waterboarding and just all kinds of grotesque shit, and that's just terrifying to me. But I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the video here. I'm gonna leave my commentary here. If you guys want to stay around and watch me kill Omnigul, then that's fine with me. But I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I think I've said everything I need to say. Last thing I want to say is stay strong. You know, keep you updated. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end out. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Please be sure to leave a like and be sure to subscribe if you did. And I will see you guys later. Bye bye.
The agents of Crota's will have been defeated. The Hive will not take this transgression lightly. But you, Guardian, have given them something new to fear.